Hello students, this is the 83rd lecture for TY BCom students, Business Statistics Paper 3, Unit 5, Lecture 3. Name of the topic is CPM and PERT, Critical Path Method and Program Evaluation and Review Technique. So this is the example. XYZ Limited planning a project to introduce a new product has listed the following necessary activities. Activity name A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Preceding activity. There is no preceding activity for activity A as well as for activity B. For C, D and E, preceding activity is A. For F, preceding activity is C. For G, preceding activity is D. For H, preceding activity are B, D and E. For I, H is the preceding activity, and for J, I, G, F are the preceding activities. Question part is given as draw a project network, find critical path, also find total float, free float and independent float. It means we have to find the activity schedule for each activity. The expected time is given as 6, 3, 5, 4, 3, 3, 5, 5, 2, 3. See, this is the network diagram for the given network. A and B do not have any preceding activity. So A and B will start together. C, D and E can start after finishing activity A. See the dependency. See, A and B do not have any preceding activity. So A and B are starting together. C, D and E will start after A is finished. Then F can start after C is finished. So C, D and E can start after A is finishing. F is starting after C is finishing. G, D is preceding activity for G. So G can start after D is finished. This is our activity D. G can start after finishing activity D. Then H can start after finishing B, D and E. So we'll take B, D and E together. B, D, D is a parallel activity with E. So we can use dummy activity to show the dependency of D. So H can start after finishing B, D and E. So this is activity H, which depends for its start on D, E and B. So H is starting. Then I can start after finishing H. See, I can start after finishing H, and J can start after finishing I, G and F. So I, G and F are coming together to start activity J. So this is the project network diagram for the given project. Now we will write the duration of each activity on the top of each activity. So activity A duration is 6 units. B duration is 3 units. C duration is 5 units. D duration is 4 units. E duration is 3 units. F is given as 3 units. G is given as 5 units. H 5 units. I 2 units and J 3 units. So the durations are already given in the problem statement. Now we have to consider the earliest start, earliest finish, latest start, latest finish. So activity A, earliest start will be 0. Earliest start for activity C, D and E will be 6, because 0 plus 6 is 6. Then for activity F, 6 plus 5 is 11. For activity D, here we should have one value which will have 6 plus 4 as 10. 10 plus 0 will be 10 here. So 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 plus 2 is 17. 11 plus 3 and 15 plus 2. Maximum will come here. So the value is 17. 17 plus 3 is 20. So earliest latest finish will be 20. So we'll start with 20. 20 minus 3 is 17. 17 minus 2 is 15. 15 minus 5 is 10. 10 minus 3, then see 17 minus 3 is 14. 14 minus 5 is 9, and 10 minus, see this is 10 here actually. 10 minus 4 is 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. See the path and the duration of each path. First path is 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 7 and 8. 6 plus 5 is 11. 11 plus 3, 14. 14 plus 3, 17. So duration of this path is 17 days. 1, 2, 4, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 7, 8. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 5, 15. 15 plus 3, 18. So duration of this path is 18. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 0 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 plus 2 is 17. 17 plus 3, 20. So this is the longest duration path. Hence it is called as critical path. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 plus 3, 9. 9 plus 5, 14. 14 plus 2, 16. 16 plus 3. It should be 19, not 17. Then 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. So, see the network diagram. Activity A is starting with 0. So earliest start for activity A and B, we will write 0, 0. Then C, D and E, they will start after finishing activity A. So earliest start for C, D and E will be 6. So C, D and E will write 6, 6, 6. For F is starting after finishing activity C. So C, really 6 plus 5 is 11. So F is starting at 11. G is starting at, this is activity G. 6 plus 4, G is starting at 10. So G will start the activity with 10. G as well as H. H will start at 10 only because dummy activity has got duration 0. So H starting point is 10. So H will start at 10. I, this is activity I. Starting time for I is 15 because 10 plus, see the previous diagram, 15 plus see this diagram. 15 plus 2 is 17. 17 plus 3 is 20. Now let us see how to write the finish part. Activity A, latest finish is 6. So activity here is activity A, latest finish is 6. First of all, we will write the finish part, which are nothing but the numbers which are in triangle. So for A, 6. For B, 10. So 6, 10. For C, it is 14. 6, 10, 14. D and E. D, it is 14 only. Sorry, For D it is 10, and for E also it is 10. So 10, 10. For F it is 17, 10, 10, 17. For G also it is 17. For I also it is 17. For I and J it is 20. So first of all we write the finished part, and then we will subtract the activity duration to get the start. So 6 minus 6 will be 0. 10 minus 3 will be 7. 14 minus 5 will be 9. 10 minus 4 will be 6. 10 minus 3 will be 7. 17 minus 3 will be 14. 17 minus 5 will be 12. 15 minus 5 will be 10. 17 minus 2 will be 15. 20 minus 3 will be 17. So after getting earliest start, earliest finish, latest start, latest finish, we will find total float as latest start minus earliest start. So 0 minus 0 will be 0. 7 minus 0 will be 7. 9 minus 6 will be 3. 6 minus 6 will be 0. 7 minus 6 will be 1. 14 minus 11 will be 3. 12 minus 10 will be 2. 10 minus 10 will be 0. 15 minus 15 will be 0. 17 minus 17 will be 0. And for free float we have to consider Ej minus Ei upon Tij minus Tij. So for activity A we will find free float 6 minus this 6 minus 0 is 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. So free float is 0 for activity A. For activity B, this is 10, which is in a rectangle form. 10 minus 0, that is nothing but 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. So total free float for second activity B is 7. For C, it is 11 minus 6, 5. 5 minus 5 will be 0. For D, again it should be 10 here. 10 minus 6 will be 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. So this way we can find the free float as Ej minus Ei minus Tij. And independent float, I will show you the value for activity A. 6 minus 0, 0 which is in triangle now, that is nothing but 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. So this way we can find total float, free float and independent float for all the activities. See the meaning of critical path. Critical path is the longest path through the project network. The activities on the path are critical activities. Therefore, any delay in their completion must be avoided to prevent delay in the project completion. Meaning of float of an activity and event. The float is the length of time in which a non-critical activity or event can be delayed or extended without delaying the total project completion time. There are 3 types of floats for each non-critical activity in the project. Total float. This is the length of time by which an activity can be delayed until all preceding activities are completed at their earliest possible time, and all successor activities can be delayed until their latest permissible time. So total float is nothing but Lj minus Ei minus Tij. So we can say that is nothing but latest finish minus earliest finish. So we can say that latest start minus earliest start. Free float. Free float for non-critical activity is defined as the time by which the completion of an activity can be delayed without causing any delay in its immediate succeeding activities. So free float is equal to Ej minus Ei minus Tij. Independent float. Independent float is the amount of time available when preceding activities are completed at their latest permissible times and all the following activities can still complete at their earliest possible time. So independent float, the formula becomes Ej minus Li minus Tij. So we have already completed the earliest start and latest, earliest start, earliest finish, latest start, latest finish. We have to find total float, which is nothing but latest start minus earliest start. So 0 minus 0 will be 0. 7 minus 0 will be 7. 9 minus 6 will be 3. 6 minus 6 will be 0. 7 minus 6 will be 1. 14 minus 11 will be 3. 12 minus 10 will be 2. 10 minus 10 will be 0. 15 minus 15 will be 0. 17 minus 17 will be 0. So this is nothing but free float. Now to calculate, this is nothing but total float. To calculate free float, we have to subtract 6 minus 0. That becomes 6. 6 minus 6 becomes 0. For this activity, we will find 1 to 5. That is nothing but B activity. So this is 10 minus 0 becomes 10. 7. 10 minus 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 3 becomes 7. So free float for activity B is 7. C for activity E. Activity E is here. This is activity E. So 10 minus 6 becomes 4. 4 minus 3 becomes 1. So for activity E, free float is 1. You can go for activity F. This is activity F. 17 minus 11. Rectangle 17 minus rectangle 11 becomes 6. 6 minus 3 is 3. So for F activity, the free float is 3. For G also we can calculate. This is activity G. 17 minus 10 becomes 7. 7 minus 5 becomes 2. So activity G free float is 2. For H, this is activity H. 15 minus 10 is 5. 5 minus 5 is 0. So for H activity, free float is 0. For I, we can calculate. I is this activity. 17 minus 15 becomes 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. For J, 20 minus 15 is 5. 20 minus 17 is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. So free float for activity J is 0. Independent float can be calculated as 6 minus 0. 0 in the triangle. Previously we have taken 0 in the rectangle. Now we will take 0 from the triangle. So rectangle 6 minus triangle 0. That becomes 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. Independent float for activity B. This is 10. Rectangle 10 minus triangle 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. So independent float for B is 7. Independent float for C. This is activity C. 11 minus 6 becomes 5. 5 minus 5 is 0. So for C, the independent float is 0. For D, this is the activity D. 10 minus 6 becomes 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. So for D, free float is 0. Independent float is 0. For activity E, this is activity E. This is 10 minus 6 becomes 4. 4 minus 3 becomes 1. So independent float is 1 for activity E. Activity F, this is activity F. 17 minus 11 becomes 6. 6 minus 3 is 3. So for activity E, okay, we'll calculate again for E. Activity E is from 2 to 5. 10 minus 6 becomes 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. So 1 is independent float for activity E. G activity will calculate the independent float. This is activity G. 17 minus 10 becomes 7. 7 minus 5 becomes 2. So this way we can calculate the total float, free float and independent float for all the activities.